Hello and welcome everyone. Happy Spring Equinox 2021. I'm just going to do a small reading, body, mind, and spirit in honor of this glorious occasion. I am so happy that spring is here. While I shuffle the cards, I just invite you to take some deep breaths. Creator, this is your daughter Titania, and I'm here with all those who are here for this equinox reading. My intention is to be a clear channel for the information that we most need to receive right now, and to provide that in a manner that we will most easily hear, understand, and integrate for our collective highest and greatest good and the greatest good of all on this planet, including this beautiful planet, Mother Earth. I'd like to call in the four directions to surround us, protect us, guide us, heal us, open us up, transform us. I invite Raphael to hold the east, Michael to hold the south, Gabriel to hold the west, and Uriel to hold the north. I thank you for holding this time and space wherever anyone is listening to this, whatever time and place. You are part of this energy. You're part of this lovely field that is held by our guardian angels. I'd also like to invite the overlighting angel of this reading and the higher selves of myself and everyone listening to be present to facilitate this exchange and ensure that we cover what needs to be covered in our collective heart mind at this time. Anything that doesn't match these frequencies of light and love is welcome to go now. So as I suggested before, just taking some deep breaths, seeing a tree root coming out of the base of your spine, knowing that that is a perfect conduit through which anything that no longer serves can come down into Mother Earth and become compost for new growth, because it's the season of new growth. Hopefully those of you who are gardeners in areas where you can garden are at it and enjoying the season of growth. And those of you who are in climates that are a little cooler, that you are dreaming of your beautiful garden this year. All that life, all that beauty. I'm looking forward to trees in full leaf. Oh, it's a wonderful thing. Okay. So what is it that we collectively need to know at this time? In body, mind, heart, and spirit at this time of the equinox. What is it we most need to receive and understand and become? So, body, mind, heart, and spirit. Start with body. What do we need to know on the body level? Oh, interesting. Sorry about the glare. We have the Tower card. So on the level of the body, on the level of the body, we have the Tower card, which is dramatic endings, which is upheavals, reversals, transformation. The lightning of truth comes down, hits the tower, knocks it to its foundations, and then there is the opportunity to rebuild from a solid foundation. That is the significance of the tower. And what's so interesting, of course, is that this is in the body position. And so in terms of our bodies, I think we're really being called at this time to become incredibly mindful and understand that there are powerful truths in our bodies. There's profound wisdom in our body. Our bodies have an innate intelligence that we haven't even begun to touch with our Western understanding or Western medical understanding of the body. We've been looking at the body as a material object. We've been looking at it from a three-dimensional perspective, and the human body is far beyond that. It's a multidimensional organism. And so something that's happening here at the body level is this lightning of truth coming down and hitting the tower of false understanding, of false beliefs, and crumbling it to the ground. We're on the threshold of new understanding about who we are as human beings, about what we are as human beings, that there's so much more for us to understand than the limited mechanistic, materialistic perspective of the body. So this is indicating that there is transformation on the level of understanding of what the body is and where it's taking us and where we're going. And we're becoming more in our own understanding of who we are as a result of these awarenesses. You know, our Western medical model is stuck. It's still stuck in the Newtonian idea of the body as a machine of inputs, outputs, that sort of thing. And I'm not saying that that doesn't apply, but there are other octaves to the human body, the other octaves to our experience. There's the whole experience of the the psychic and the spiritual and the psychological. I mean, those things, the psychological certainly is being looked at, but these other layers are not recognized or looked at. And so there are other fields to integrate into our understanding of what it means to be in a body. And this is part of what this is telling us, is that this false understanding that we've built our culture on, that we've built our physical experience on, needs to be overhauled. It needs to come crumbling down so that we can move forward with new understanding to build a solid foundation under us in terms of our bodies. So there we have a pretty solid message on the body. Next, mind. The mind. We have the card of re-evaluation, the Four of Hearts. So we had the Tower, number 16 for the major arcana, and now the Four of Hearts. So re-evaluation. This is interesting because this is a heart card. This is the card of emotions. And we have a character here. She's withdrawn from the world, which, we've all been doing. And she's going through her box of treasures. And we have these hearts that are coming out of the box. She's in a process of reevaluation. And you see, she's pulled herself to a state of, because she has the lotus blossom at the top of her head, the crown chakra is alight. She's in a state of quiet openness and receptivity, and she is being guided to understand what is of value in her experience and what is no longer of need. And so this is what this card is about. And so in the realm of the mind, we are our wonderful minds. And we live in a culture that glorifies the mind over everything else. And that is one of our current challenges. Part of this great awakening that we're a part of right now is understanding that the mind is an aspect of our human experience. It's a tremendous aspect of our human experience, but it isn't the only aspect of our human experience. Right now we have the hubris to think that we have everything figured out as humans, but there are so many things we don't know. And so the mind here collectively is sort of in this state of reevaluation, if you will, this state of recognizing perhaps that we need to come back to life, to come back to our experience of life with curiosity and openness and willingness to see from a heart-centered place, that the mind to be guided by the heart, by that connection to the broader, wiser wisdom that exists in all of us, that the mind is part of the team, not the leader of the team. So that's very interesting as well. That's on the level of what we need to know right now on the level of the mind. In the realm of the heart, we have fulfillment. This is the Nine of Hearts. And so this beautiful card is reminding us to bask in the energy of fulfillment, of satisfaction, of gratitude, of appreciation. All of those energies are very, very healing, very nurturing, very grounding. They're a tremendous gift to us physiologically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, being in that state of fulfillment. So this is a calling to us to drop into our hearts and to be in that lovely space of just well-being. And it's this is something that we can cultivate. This is something that we can bring ourselves back to again and again and again. But this is the message for us right now at the spring equinox. What do we need to know on the level of the heart? We need to cultivate deep, peaceful fulfillment, well-being, satisfaction, appreciation for all the blessings that we have. We need to settle into our hearts and come at life from that heart-centered space. And spirit, what do we need to know on the level of spirit? Oh, this is good. This has been a big card today. So the love card, it's the Ace of Hearts. And this is all about universal opportunity. This is all about the seed that sprouts, how appropriate for our spring theme, and blooms. It grows and blooms and becomes more than it was. And that is the energy of love. Love is the universal field that we all exist in. It's not limited to romantic love. Romantic love is part of that. But love is this energy that we were just talking about here, that we're needing to access and anchor into our heart field, dropping into our heart and just feeling well-being in our own field, goodwill towards others, that energy of kindness and love and appreciation, when we look out into the world and we see beauty and we're moved by that. Those are the energies of love. That is love. That's what it does. We exist in a field of love. We are from love. We are made of love. We're here to exist from that place of love. And this is our sign right here. On the spirit level, what do we need to know? We have this opening to love, this bloom. We have this heart here. Hearts, roses. They speak the same. They're the same symbol to me. Hearts are, roses are the flower that best embodies the quality of love. And so it's traditionally the symbol of love. And so we have this rose that's blooming. And this is also what this represents, as this opening. We are having a collective opening to more love, to more understanding of that energy in our field, to holding more of that, and to being part of that, accessing it, making it part of who we are. We are blooming. We can't stop. We can't stop the transformation that's happening on this planet. We are becoming more than we were. It's inevitable. And having more of this love in our field, becoming more conscious of it, mindful of it, and allowing it to infuse us and transform our biology is where we're standing as a human species. We are on the cusp of a tremendous awakening collectively. And this energy of love is what's behind it. It's where we are. It's what's next for us as humans. We are evolving, and there are signs of it everywhere. If you open your eyes and look, you'll see it. But that's what this position, this card in this position is telling us for this beautiful spring equinox of this year. We're overcoming the limitations, limiting beliefs, limiting thoughts on the level of the body. This understanding, it's the end of this interpretation of reality as being a strictly materialistic, mechanical experience, that the limitation of the senses is all there is. We are transcending that. We are understanding that the body is so much more. We're understanding that being embodied in human form is so much more. We're dropping old beliefs, we're dropping old understandings, and we're opening to new. And we'll be building that very solidly on a new foundation of understanding that is rooted in truth and this energy, universal energy of love, and this great evolution that we're all part of. On the level of the mind, we're having this deep reevaluation, but from an activated space. It's the spirit, the higher, wiser, broader part of us is now participating even more on the level of the mind. And we're understanding that we are more than just our minds, that our minds are important, but they're not the end of it, or the end all or be all, but they're part of our experience as humanity. So we're having reevaluation on the level of the mind, but it's guided from that enlightened, broader part of us. The level of the heart, cultivating this energy of fulfillment, of well-being. That's our work. That's our task. Dropping into our heart before we respond to anybody or anything. Asking ourselves, what would love do? That was the theme of the reading this week. It's very appropriate that it's here again. This idea of being in our heart, being in that state of well-being and radiating it outwards from our own inner space. This is a wonderful thing. If you're not familiar with the work of heart math, you might want to go look it up, but it's this idea that we're generating fields. We're always generating fields, and that we can consciously, if you're a mind person especially, you might like it, that we can consciously engage with cultivating those fields and being in those fields as we help to transform humanity. And we can influence others by our radiant state, by the field that we hold. So that's our work here on the heart level, is to bask in this energy, become this energy, allow our field to change our biology so that we are radiant forms of love energy. And then here, ultimately on the end here, we have the spirit card. What do we need to know on the level of spirit for this equinox? And this is this beautiful energy of love. Be love, open to the higher, broader, wiser part of us that is always motivated from love, that is always motivated from that highest energy. That's who we really are. It's what's flowing through us and into the world, and allowing ourselves to have more of that running in our field, and understanding that this is a new beginning for us. We are expanding as never before. We're becoming more than we were. And this is what this glorious indicator is all about. So look for it. Look for the signs. Where your attention goes is what you will see. And when you seek, you set the intention to see love and to see beauty and to see well-being and to see harmony and to see all of that good stuff, wishing others well. That's what comes into your field. That's who you become. That's where you go. This is a beautiful reading for this season, this wonderful spring season that we're going into. Lots of energy on the level of the heart. So continue to just see that changing. As feelings come up in your field, just recognize that they're part of your human experience. They're not the only part of your experience. And as much as possible, allow yourself to have the feelings, but realize that you are more than those feelings. They're just a small aspect of you, and that they will change and they will go on. And so allowing yourself to have whatever feelings are coming up, loving them for what they are, and then letting them move out and through the world. And I'm not talking about going and punching holes in walls or whatever if you're feeling angry. Being mature about this. I'm talking about self-responsibility, but just recognizing that these feelings are there and we're moving through a lot of emotion. That's another thing that people maybe are noticing, is that we're having a lot of feelings, which is inevitable because there's a lot going on, but we are more than just our minds and our emotions and our limited perception of our bodies. We are multidimensional beings. We have tremendous love energy flowing through us, the divine energy. Just go with it. Seek to be more of that in your own field, and it'll happen. It starts maybe slowly, but it's what we're lined up here to do and be. Okay, I don't know if I need to say any more, but I'm so excited about this reading. It's very, very, very positive. I'm so excited for us to have the awareness that we are more than this physical body, that we're more than just mechanical meat suits. We have so much more going on. It's these understandings will free us. It's tremendous how much we've been held back by our limited understanding of who we really are. And so expect to see revelations on this level. Expect to see greater understanding about where we've come from and where we're going, and the possibility space on the level of the human body, because it facilitates all these other pieces. Well, my friends, I wish you a very, very happy spring equinox and spring season. Get out there in the sunshine and bask as much as possible. If you can, get your hands in the dirt. Connect with the Mother Earth. This is very, very important. We have a relationship to this planet that's been severed by our Western way of living. That's part of this. We need to get back into nature. We need to get back in touch with the natural world. We are of nature. We're from nature. We need to rekindle this. It's not about us at war with nature. We need to change that narrative and understand that we are part of nature. So if you're a grower or you're aspiring to be one or not, all good. Just get out there into nature as much as possible. Get your hands in the dirt, take your shoes and socks off, stand on the land with nothing between you and the earth. Feel that connection to this beautiful planet that we call home. Kindle a greater relationship with that planet, because again, we need to become more conscious and exist in a more co-creative and conscious way with this beautiful space that is our home, this entity, this being, Gaia, who is our mother and our caretaker. We have an opportunity to co-create with that energy, and it's very exciting, but it takes us taking those first steps and acknowledging that we have that relationship in the first place. I bet I could go on, but I'm going to stop. Lots of love to each and every one of you. The reading is at an end. Thank you to all those who have held this space, all those who have been part of this reading. The reading is at an end, and so it is. Blessed be. Much love and light, everybody. Take good care, and we'll see you next week.